As we're sharing with you the different steps in Chapter 5 for holding on to your freedom, we want to make you aware of something many of you may have grown accustomed to in your life.
Tolerating this particular relationship killer keeps you from growing in love with others as our Lord desires. You tolerate this killer for 3 reasons. Because of the years of having had strongholds in your soul, because of your own sin nature, and because of your inheritance from Adam and Eve.
If there's one word that summarizes all the effects of the fall on mankind, it would be apprehension. Even since the willful sin of Adam and Eve, all mankind has been plagued by one form of apprehension or another.
Apprehension is one of those all-inclusive negative words. It causes people to fight or flee. To be apprehensive implies dread or fearfulness, or feelings of uncertainty about a person, place, or situation. Apprehension is a general lack of peace when you think about a particular individual, a certain locale, or an uncomfortable circumstance.
Before Adam sinned against God, he had no apprehension. Adam's fellowship with his Creator was complete.
The effects of Adam's sin introduced apprehension to all mankind. And under the influence of strongholds, we've all passed it along from one generation to the next.
Each one of these results of Adam and Eve's sins are different manifestations of apprehension that now plague humanity.
As these cooperated with your own sin nature, you are hindered from the intimate fellowship you sought and the freedom you now have.
Let me emphasize an important point. If you want to live free in Jesus, then tolerating any form of apprehension can no longer be part of your life. As you'll see, the feelings of apprehension that well up in you block you from perceiving God's promises to you in His Word. And the greatest promise that you miss out on is His love.
Now that you're free from strongholds and want to live repentantly, you can rid yourself of poisonous patterns of thinking. And by doing this, you'll find a completeness in the freedom you desire in Jesus.
By not pursuing the complete freedom that Christ offers His followers, far too many who call themselves Christians live with the same level of apprehension as unbelievers do.
Tolerated apprehension in so many Christians is one of the reasons unbelievers can't see any difference between themselves and churchgoers. An apprehensive Christian looks just like an unbeliever. When you choose not to deal with apprehension in the manner our Lord calls for, you're fueling the fire that destroys your relationships.
Apprehension is to relationships what dry kindling is to a forest fire. And like the kindling that sets the forest ablaze, when the fire's raging, it's too late to clear away the deadwood.
If you choose to not deal with your apprehension, your other interpersonal problems will intensify and grow more destructive.
Apprehension fans a slight disagreement into a blazing argument.
And tolerated apprehension is a sign that your strongholds are operating in your soul.
Remember, the primary purpose of spiritual strongholds is to destroy relationships. This may sound self-evident, but it's worth reviewing. You experience apprehension through the feelings part of your soul. Your emotions are troubled.
When you're apprehensive, you're uncomfortable. You don't like it. Because of the strongholds in your soul, Satan used any apprehension you had to entice you to sin. For instance, feelings of rejection propel many into addictions or sexual impurity. Feelings of worry drive many to overeat.
When the strongholds were present in your soul, they caused you to live in apprehension. And you did what was ever necessary to feel better, to your own detriment. Many of your compensations were sinful.